Hey everyone, this is your girl Fabulous Annie. Yeah, um, I don't even know how I feel right now, but I just so confused about certain things. That's why I wanted to talk about it. So if another parent has a different opinion or have a way of explaining or an educator, something, I just came from my son's IEP meeting and I feel very confused, very sad, very emotional about it all. That's how I feel right now. My goodness, that's how I feel right now. I feel sometimes they invite you to all this IEP meeting, but they've already made up their mind about what they want to do. That's how I feel. Because I feel like every time I go to these meetings, it's like they've already that's how I feel. I feel like, because like my son, to start off, my son was born with Down syndrome, but he's a high functioning special needs kid. By what I mean is, he understands what's going on. He can comprehend what is going on. He can walk, run, jump, shout, do all those things. Do you understand what I'm saying? He behaves very well. He understands when he's wrong and when he's right and everything. You understand what I'm saying? He's very smart. His only disability to me is educational. He is 9 years old, almost 10 years old, in the 4th grade, and still does not recognize all of his alphabets and his 1 to 3. So, during the meeting, they're talking about his various behavior. He's good at this, he's good at that. So I was saying to them, I said, I want more focus on his education. Because they have him in this communication class, mobility class, vision class, and then the teacher informed me that he only spends 50 minutes of 8 hours of school in regular classroom. And I'm like, why? He goes to school to learn. Instead of spending 8 hours learning, he is only there for 50 minutes in a day of 8 hours. So he's put in 60 minutes of vision class, 60 minutes of mobility class, 50 minutes of communication class. I'm confused here. I'm like, I send my son to school to learn. If he is in all these classes, that's why he's not picking up with the alphabets, because they keep on putting him all these different classes instead of focus on learning the education that he came to the school to learn. So I was telling the meeting that we had, I said, why don't we put him back in kindergarten, where they are learning the alphabets and the 1 to 3 right now? And then they're like, it's supposed to be a group decision. So I said, if it's supposed to be a group decision, I am his mom. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is my child. He is in his 4th grade class, cannot be in regular class he can only be there for 50 minutes because it's circle time. He cannot be in the regular class because they're learning multiplication, addition, and reading and different things. So why can't we put him back in the kindergarten class, where they are learning alphabets and 1 to 3, so that he will spend more time in the regular class than he can only spend 50 minutes in the 4th grade class, because it is because it is how I put it, because it is because that is circle time, because they are learning other stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm confused here? I'm like, I'm confused about this. So I asked them, is there anything wrong with putting him back in class? Or not anything wrong? Is there anything against the district policy about putting him back in school? And they're like, no, there's nothing against the district policy. So if there's nothing against the district policy in putting him back in school, why don't we put him back? That's what I'm saying. And they were like, oh, it's supposed to be a group decision. I don't understand. I don't understand this. I don't get it. The lady's like, oh, that he has 21 years to be in school. So if he has 21 years to be in school, if we put him back in kindergarten where he's learning what they are learning right now, he'll probably spend more time in the classroom. And then she's like, oh, the kindergartens, they learn at a faster pace. So he learns at a slower pace. How do you know that? Do you understand? He is right now at the age and development where he can comprehend the 1, 2, 3 and the alphabets. So if he's put in a class where they are learning, so he will stay more time in classroom setting than in all these other disability classes. That's all I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking to them about. I was so upset, and the lady is like, oh, it's a group decision. So I said, well, if it's a group decision, I don't need to be in this. Since you have already made up your mind about what you want to do with my son, I don't need to be in this meeting. It's like they invite you to this IEP meeting when they've already made up their mind about what they want to do, just to have you present. Well, you don't need me to be present since you've already made up your mind about what you want to do with my son. It's ridiculous. And then she's telling me about how, oh, when he gets out of high school, they're going to put him where he learns how to greet people, where he learns how to, oh, Jesus Christ, have mercy. You are just having this boy in your, and as I say, is it because of money? That's why you leave him in the 4th grade? Because from what you are saying, the boy is in 4th grade, put in adaptive PE. So he's not at the 4th grade level. He's small. They're talking about, oh, he's emotional being. So? He's my child. What is it? He will go and graduate, go and be in middle school and don't know how to read. So how is he going to be emotional okay then? When his peers can read, but he cannot read. And then he's in the 4th grade. He's in the middle school. What's the big deal in putting him back in kindergarten where they are at the same level educationally, even if they are faster, even in all of us that are learning? Some of us don't learn, we don't all learn at the same pace. Some learn faster, some learn slower. What's the big deal? But at least he'll be in a class where he can stay longer in the class instead of he cannot stay longer in the class because they are learning something else. It's so frustrating. It is so ridiculous. And they're telling me I should go and contact these parents, this kid advocates group. Why? The principal is sitting down there. Is there a big deal in moving him in class? It's my child. Can't I advocate for my child to be moved backward in school? Is it not my child? It's my child. What's the big deal? As I say, all this IEP meeting is just a joke. They invite you there just for you to sit down there and don't listen to anything you have to say, and then telling me that it is a group decision. It is not your child. It's not your child. It's my child. I should be able to advocate for my child, and you guys listen. You guys were moving out next year. It's going to be in 5th grade. And then, bye, he's out of your school. Out of your responsibility. To another school where the next thing they will pass him out like that. Pass him out of the school. The next thing is going greeting people in Walmart.